I can't wait to see what Jeff has in store for this thing. I drove all the way from Florida, about 3 days worth of travel, so Jeff could be one of the first to get his hands on this truck. He has given me a little bit of a hint from the lift kit, wheels and tires, some other kind of first, never before seen stuff for the Tacoma. So I can't wait for Jeff to just get this truck under the knife and just see what he has in store for it.
What's up, dude? You made it.
What's up, dude? All the way from Florida, man.
Welcome, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, how's the drive?
It was a long one. It was a long one, yeah. A couple day driving and stuff.
Obviously, we'll do a roof rack. We'll do some sliders. Then we're gonna do our new cab height bed rack for this.
Sweet, okay.
Bed stiffeners. Do some ditch lights. Got one of Rigid's now Adapt light bars that we're gonna put on there.
All right.
So I think it'll make it really nice. Well, it's great. Let's get inside. We'll check out the shop and then get your truck up on the lift and get going on it.
Let's do it, man.
John, we got your truck in the shop. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put your lift in your truck. And I just kind of want to show you what is included in the kit. This is the upper spacer. It actually sits like this on the back, and then the spring sits on it here. This is all billet machine. It started as a solid stock. I'll show you that in the other shop. But we machine all this out, machine the center out of this out. For the front, all we're doing now in the front is a billet lower collar. So this replaces
nothing on top.
No, this replaces the lower collar of the spring perch. And the reason for this is because if we put this back in the factory location, then the shock still works the way it was designed from the factory. The other thing is if we're not taking our strut and pushing it down, then we don't have to worry about the axles falling out.
Ooh.
So
I don't want that. Okay.
Toyota designed everything on their trucks. So at full extension, the axles still have enough room in them to not actually fall out of the vehicle.
Right.
But this is our new kit that's for the truck, and you can see we do a custom box for that. It's just, you know, from the time you receive your parts to all of our parts, we want to make sure that it's just as nice from start to finish. We'll also walk over and we'll take a look and see where your sliders are in production as well. So when we put this on the bender, we line it up with these so the bends always get bent in the exact same spot every time. We call these scribe lines. Now if I take this piece of tubing and I hold it up to this piece of tubing, you can see when I hold this up and it's at the exact angle, you can see that the gap around the tubing is the exact same all the way around. So when you bend a piece of tubing, it actually bends, it actually overbends the piece of tubing, and it has spring back in it. So it allows the tube to bend back in exactly the same spot that he wants it to bend in. So it's almost like overbending it. It's almost a learning curve to learn to figure out exactly where it needs to be bent, but he knows exactly where everything needs to be bent, and so how much to overbend it so it ends up in the right spot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run all these through the time saver here. We get them lined up. We usually run a bunch of them at a time. I'm just running these because I want you to see the whole process on your rock sliders from start to finish. So John, these are your rock sliders. So you go through and you do a root pass, and then you go back through and you do a cap pass. And the cap pass is what lays the dimes down just so nicely over the top of it. I think your sliders are back here. We've got a bunch of sliders back here, but I told them to put them closest to the door.
I see my name on it too.
TRD Jon right here. This is all the model number. My wife specifies everything as, everything for it. And these are your rock sliders all finished right here. John, the bathroom's up here, come on.
Okay.
Here is the start of your rear puff. You can see there is what it starts as. When it goes in the machine, the first cut, you can see the difference on that. And then you can see here, this is one that's all done.
Oh, wow.
And then it'll get wiped down, it'll get inspected. Some of it gets sold as raw, and then some of it goes out for black anodized. It's the nicest lift you can put in a truck with stock suspension. Hey, hopefully I didn't talk your ear off too much.
No,
I tend to do that a lot. So I think a lot of people when they leave this place are like, oh, I need a nap now after talking to Jeff.
I mean, a little bit. I need another coffee, but it's fine. No, but the whole process is just insane. Like the behind the scenes and everything, and the rock sliders. I mean, and the roof rack will be like the same, just thorough process, right?
Same steps. Okay. Kind of everything goes through that, you know, through the sander, inspection, just everything. Like the attention to detail from start to finish is just one of the things. And you know, I mean, I appreciate you making the drive all the way from Florida. I mean, that's a long ways. And, you know, hopefully now that you see how that all goes together and how long the process takes to build something from start to finish, and then you can see how many orders were over there that we're processing right now. So yeah, so we really appreciate it, and thanks so much for making time.
Yeah, of course, always. Thank you.
Can't wait for you to see your truck.
Dude, I can't wait to see it.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.